Hi, my name is Dr. Bradley Nelson, and the information that I am about to share with you is unlike anything else you've ever heard. Believe me, I know what I'm talking about. I've been a holistic physician now for almost 25 years, and I've learned some absolutely astonishing things about these bodies of ours and how they really work. I've learned that the emotional baggage that we talk about is real and is the biggest underlying cause of our pain, our diseases, and our self-sabotage. So, are you in pain right now? Are you dealing with depression or anxiety? Do you have a phobia about something? Do you suffer from panic attacks? Are you having difficulty making as much money as you would like? Are you having a hard time finding the love of your life? Do you ever find yourself thinking that your life is just not quite turning out like you thought it would? In the next 4 videos, I am going to share with you the most powerful technology ever developed for releasing and getting rid of your emotional baggage. This is the same method that I have taught in seminars all over the world, and it is the same method that thousands of people across the globe have used to literally change their lives, to improve their level of health instantly, to get rid of pain in many cases instantly, to get rid of depression, to get rid of phobias, to get rid of anxiety and panic attacks, and all kinds of self-sabotage. Wouldn't you like to be free of your emotional baggage? It's probably disrupting your life more than you know, in ways you may not have imagined. I'm going to walk you through this process myself personally. I'm going to show you how easy this is, and we are actually going to find and release a trapped emotion from your body together in these 4 videos. In this first video, I'm going to tell you about your emotional baggage. I'm going to try to help you understand what your emotional baggage really is, where it came from, and what you can do about it. So think about that phrase, emotional baggage. You have it. Everyone has emotional baggage. But what is emotional baggage really? I believe that one of the greatest discoveries of our age is that the emotional experiences that we go through in our lives, those times we experience intense negative emotions such as sadness or grief or depression or sorrow or frustration, can continue to affect us in a very unhealthy way for the remainder of our lives. Think about this for a moment. Was there a time in your life when you thought your heart was going to break? Can you think back on a time in your life when you felt abused, physically or emotionally or sexually? Can you think back to a time when it was hard to get up in the morning because you were so depressed? Or to a time when you used to cry yourself to sleep at night? To truly understand what your emotional baggage consists of, you have to know a little bit about something called quantum physics. Now don't worry, okay? I'm not going to start drawing formulas on a blackboard. It's actually really simple. Look at your hand for a moment. Your hand looks pretty solid, doesn't it? And you know what your hand looks like, right? You've seen that hand a million times before. But if you could look at your hand under a powerful microscope, it would look totally different, wouldn't it? If you magnified your hand 40 times under a microscope, you'd be looking at the individual cells that make up your hand. And if you kept zooming in at about 850,000 times magnification, you'd be looking at the molecules that make up the parts of your hand. And at about 1 million power magnification, you would be face to face with a single individual atom. Now, if you could look inside that atom, you'd see that there's really nothing in there, nothing but empty space and some infinitesimally tiny energies that are zipping around at the speed of light. And that is really what we are. That's what you are. Think about this for a moment. You are a being of pure energy. You are an incredibly complex arrangement of pure energies that are all flying in close formation, giving you this experience that you're having in this world. It's really pretty amazing when you start to think about it. Well, guess what? Everything is energy. The whole universe is energy. The earth, the sun, the moon, the stars, your body, your desk, your car, your house. It's all pure energy when you get right down to it. Well, your thoughts are pure energy as well, and we can measure those thoughts electronically. And emotions are also pure energy. When you are feeling an emotion, what you are really feeling is a particular frequency, a particular vibrational energy. By the way, every emotion has its own unique frequency. For example, if you're feeling the emotion that we call anger, what you're feeling is a different vibrational energy than the emotion that we call depression, for example, and so on. Every emotion is different. Well, we all experience emotions all the time, don't we? But I want you to understand something. Most of the time, we are able to deal with the emotions that we feel just fine. We feel the emotion, we process it, and we move on with our life. But sometimes the emotion is too intense. Sometimes the energy of that sorrow, that frustration, that depression, or that anger is just too powerful for us to deal with. It's during these times that the energy of this emotion can actually become trapped in the body. I have found that this emotional energy that is left behind after an intense emotional event forms an invisible ball of pure emotional energy in your body. I call this a trapped emotion. A trapped emotion is literally a ball of emotional energy that is usually from about the size of an orange to about the size of a cantaloupe. This energy can lodge anywhere in your body, but wherever it lodges, it will cause trouble for you. A trapped emotion that is lodged in your low back, for example, will create low back pain for you. A trapped emotion that is lodged in your neck will create neck pain for you, and so on. So, are you in pain right now? In my experience, there is about a 90% probability that your pain is being caused by emotional baggage, by a trapped emotion in that area of your body. And the reason why trapped emotions will create pain is because they distort the normal energy field of your body. And because that's all your body really is, an energy field, when a trapped emotion distorts that energy field, that ultimately is distorting the tissues of the body. And if you distort the tissues of the body long enough, you're going to have pain. You're going to have malfunction. Trapped emotions affect us in another way as well. And that is that you are much more likely to feel that emotion than you otherwise would. Let me give you an example. Let's say that 20 years ago, you're going through a divorce, and one day, you're really angry at your spouse. And that intense anger was too much for you to process physically, and a trapped emotion was created. Now, trapped emotions can lodge anywhere in your body, but let's say that this trapped emotion lodged in your neck. Now, 20 years later, your neck probably bothers you all the time. You might even be headed for surgery because your neck has gotten so bad. You may have a herniated disc in your neck. You may have arthritis in your neck. All as the end result of that trapped emotion from 20 years ago. Does that sound impossible? I've seen it happen many, many times. You're also probably a more angry person than you otherwise would be in this example. Why? Because you have a ball of pure emotional energy, a ball of anger, if you will, that is resonating and humming away at that particular frequency that we call anger 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So, when a situation arises that might tend to make you feel angry, you do feel angry. You feel angry much more easily, much more readily than you otherwise would, because part of your body is literally feeling that emotion, that vibrational energy all the time. And this is the reason why when a trapped emotion is released, there's often not only a physical effect, such as pain instantaneously disappearing, but also a profound emotional effect, a freeing effect, depression going away, phobias disappearing, anxiety vanishing, panic attacks going away and never coming back. In these 4 videos, I am going to personally teach you how to find your trapped emotions and release them. Once you learn this process, you will be able to find and release trapped emotions from yourself easily and quickly. But the results can be absolutely profound. Please do not underestimate the power that this information has to change your life. Listen, for example, to this email that I received from a woman who suffered from the emotional baggage that was the result of a rather traumatic and difficult life. The relief is unexplainable to the point of shedding tears of joy for the release of carrying such heavy burdens for so many years. What a wonderful feeling of release that I never dreamed would come true. Thank you, Luana. This next one is from a holistic doctor who said, my client had chronic, debilitating low back pain and very low energy levels. Trapped emotions from 17 years ago were the root cause. I did the same simple 5-minute emotion code procedure, and she practically danced out of my office with tears in her eyes. It's from Dr. Jim W. And here's one more. My husband hurt his knee many years ago and recently injured it again this past weekend. He was limping around in so much pain, even Lortab only helped for about an hour. He was lying on the bed, and the pain was so intense that he asked me to do the emotion code to see if he had trapped emotions contributing to his pain. He rated the pain an 8.5 out of 10, 10 being the most possible. We cleared 3 trapped emotions from his knee. He stood up, walked without a limp, and rated it a 1 out of 10. He was so giddy, he did a little dance of joy and immediately gave thanks to God. I was sobbing and felt so grateful that we have this information to help our bodies heal in a natural way. Thank you. That's from Kayleen. So be sure to watch all 4 videos that I'm going to send you because they each build on each other. In the next video, we are going to talk about how to access the subconscious computer system inside of you. And I will also teach you an easy-to-use muscle testing technique that we will use in video number 3 to release your first emotion. That's right. In video number 3, together, we're going to release your first emotion. Now, once you have mastered the simple skill of releasing your first trapped emotion, we will move on in video number 4 to discuss the heart wall. And this is really where the magic of the emotion code happens. In fact, in video number 4, I will teach you how I discovered the heart wall and what it will mean for you when you finally break free from its grasp. So, what do we call this incredible healing method? We call it the emotion code. And it is simply the best way to release your trapped emotions for abundant health, love, and happiness. I'm so excited to share this information with you. It came to me through many years of working with real patients in my own clinic as I consistently asked for help from above and tried to help my patients get well from all kinds of problems. As you watch the next 3 videos, I will show you how to get rid of your emotional and physical pain. Wouldn't you love to cut yourself loose from all your emotional baggage? I cannot wait to show you how. So, until next time, thank you for listening.